Good afternoon, my name is Stanley Nyarungita. This is Newsfeed right here, TV47. In the next 30 minutes, I'll be updating you on what is happening in the country and beyond. And we begin with Isiolo County, where tension is high in Mlango area, Barat Ward, following yesterday's killings of two herders in a gunfight, pitting armed herders from two communities in the region. According to Isiolo County Commissioner Geoffrey Moding, who confirmed the incident via phone, the two who lost their lives are from Samburu County, while four herders from Isiolo and one from Samburu sustained gunshot wounds. The injured herders continue to receive treatment at the Isiolo County Teaching and Referral Hospital and Arches Post Hospital. Community leaders and residents are now calling upon the government to flush out armed herders from neighboring counties who have allegedly forced their way into the area.
Isiolo ni kama mahali ambapo hakuna watu ambaye wanatawala. Ni kama Isiolo haina wenyewe. Watu wanakuja kutoka kaunti zao, tunawakaribisha vizuri, wanakuja kumaliza nyazi. Sisi wenyewe hatuna nyazi. Na ya pili, on top of nyazi, wanaua watu wetu kila wakati.
Mwaka iliyopita, hao watu waliua watu wa makaa na wamama tu wale wanafanya kazi msituni, watu 25. Wakarepu wamama 4. Wakaua vijana yetu watu 9 na hakuna hatua yote ambayo imeshukuliwa. Tena mwaka huu wamerudi na wanasema kwamba hatutaomba nyazi. Na wamehapa ya kwamba watakula mali popote pale. Kwa hivyo sisi ile kitu ambayo tunaomba kama watu wa Isiolo, sisi wenyewe hatupigani, lakini watu kutoka kaunti zingine ndio wanakuja kutupiga kuua katika ardhi yetu.
And now to matters politics. Kitutu Church North MP Japheth Nyakundi has faulted Azimio leader Raila Odinga over his plan to hold a rally at the Jacaranda grounds tomorrow. Speaking during the burial of a fallen police officer, Nahashin Bosira, in Masakwe, the legislator noted that the country should give President William Ruto time to work. This even as the Azimio One Kenya leaders are expected to continue with their onslaught against the Kenya Kwanza administration tomorrow at the Jacaranda grounds.
Ingia juzi tu, muache aweze kuendeleza maisha ya wananchi. Bei ya chakula imeenda juu. Bei ya vitu vyote vimeenda juu. Gharama ya maisha imeenda juu. Wacha Mheshimiwa Rais afanye kazi yake ili hawa wananchi wako hapa. Gharama ya maisha iende chini, watoto waweze kusoma na hata hao wapate pesa mfukoni. Kwa hivyo hii maneno ya maendeleo hii wachana nayo. Huyu mtu alikushinda akili. Wewe ulikuwa na system, ulikuwa na deep state, ulikuwa na kila kitu, ulikuwa na Uhuru Kenyatta. Sasa unataka kuniambia saa hizi huyu amekalia kiti. Ako na deep, yeye ndio system. Yeye ndio system. Yeye ndio deep state. Ako na Mungu na ako na wananchi. Utawezana na yeye? Wewe wachana na William Ruto afanye kazi. Wewe kama unataka enda Bondo, wachana na William Ruto.
And still on the same matters, aspirants who vied under the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition in Ruaraka area here in Nairobi have condemned the call to mass rallies by opposition leader Raila Odinga. The leaders, together with their residents, while deliberating how to work with the government, urged the Azimio leader to embrace the Supreme Court decision and now focus on fighting for the rights of the people through opposition. The residents have also lamented over the harsh economic times and unemployment.
The government that was elected by the Kenyans, na hakuna mahali watu walienda wakafanya hii maneno yote. A determination was made by the Supreme Court. Na mambo yote ikaishia pale kwa Supreme Court. You cannot come to tell us here that again tuandamane ndio upate ile ulipatiwa na Uhuru. Ulitisha Moi, ukatisha Kibaki, ukatisha Uhuru Kenyatta. Hatutakubali utishe huyu tuko naye William Ruto akiwa na Gachagua.
Focus on ensuring that you implement and provide opportunity to His Excellency the President Dr. William Ruto and the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua to implement the policies that they are busy laying down.
Kuna wazazi wako na watoto, watu wamezaa. Kwanza pande yetu sisi wa Luya na Wajaluo tumezaa, sasa kuna watoto tunapeleka 4 wa 6 kwa shule. Tukianza maandamano, tuanze sijui mikutano, ni kumaanisha watoto wetu watarudi kwa nyumba. Sababu hata ile basari tumesitikika. Watu wamekuwa kamkunji, wameongea wakaongea. Jana Tena wako Mombasa wanapiga kelele serikali haijaweka pesa kwa account. Sasa mnataka nini wajameni? Mnataka nini? Hii serikali leo mnasema hakuna, kesho mnasema serikali ifanya. Sasa itakuwa.
And Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has urged leaders from Western region to unite to ensure meaningful development. Mudavadi has challenged leaders to support the Kenya Kwanza administration, noting that they have wasted a lot of time in opposition subjecting the Mulembe nation to abject poverty. On their part, elders from Western region have urged the political leaders from the region to set aside the political differences to foster meaningful development.
Here tuko na tribes nyingi ambazo siko hapa. By the grace of Mungu, they have a right to be here.
To unite all ethnic and sub-ethnic communities in our region. And I'm very sure we have achieved that.
We have lost a lot of time. As a region, we have lost a lot of time. Nikikubeba leo and we fly with you and you fly over Western, kwa sababu tulikuwa tunafanya campaign and you could overfly certain regions. I'm telling you, the poverty in the Western region is visible from the air.
And to the Western region, Kakamega County First Lady Professor Janet Baraza is currently meeting with teen mothers from 12 sub-counties to offer them a second chance to pursue their education. Kakamega is among counties that recorded high cases of teen pregnancies and school dropout. Violet Oma joins us live from Bishopstown in Lurambe, where the meeting is taking place. Good afternoon, Violet. How are things shaping up at this particular moment?
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, we are in Kakamega County, actually at Bishopstown, where we have a meeting that is going on. The First Lady, Professor Janet Kasili Baraza, is meeting some of the teen mothers in Kakamega County. And as you've said, Kakamega is one of the counties that has been registering high numbers of teenage pregnancies and of course also incest, but a number of them have been dropping out of school, and First Lady Professor Janet Kasili Baraza has decided to bring them on board and ensure they give them a second chance to take them back to school. So probably let me just bring her in, maybe your names, and why did you decide to come up with this initiative?
My name is Professor Janet Kasili Baraza. I'm the First Lady Kakamega County. I chose to work on this initiative because we realized that Kakamega County is number 2 in teen pregnancies after Nairobi County. Mm-hmm. And I'm being a teacher, I want to ensure that our girls go back to school and they achieve their goals in education.
Maybe is it the first round that you're having it, or we're expecting you'll be having an intake every year for the kids, for the teenagers who will be going back to school?
It's my first initiative and this is the first project, but I expect to have it annually. Mm-hmm. Though I have to get support from our partners, the national government, the county government, and other stakeholders for it to work, because it's not a simple initiative.
Maybe for this first round, how many teen mothers are we talking about?
Right now we have 60 teen mothers, 1 from each ward from Kakamega County. Mm-hmm. And I'm hoping that we'll manage to get them back to school.
As you're saying, Kakamega is one of the counties that has been registering a very good number or high number of teenage pregnancies. I believe you might not be able to take care of it alone. And as a First Lady, you don't have an allocation in your office. Where are you maybe planning to get all this money to support these young girls?
You all realize that my office has no vote. And therefore, I'm not doing it alone. I have been supported by partners, especially this activity today, by many partners, Kenya Commercial Bank, Boresha Jamii, Nuriam Toto, and other partners, Masinde Mdoro University of Science and Technology, where I'm a professor, and I'm calling upon other partners to help me, because I cannot do it on my own, because my office has no vote. Maybe. So basically, it's my initiative, yes, but I'm getting support from other partners.
Mm-hmm. Maybe your advice to the teen mothers who have been brought on board?
My advice to the teen mothers is that life does not stop because you have gotten a child. Of course, it's a challenge, but they have to pick themselves up and move on. there are many examples of people who are teen mothers, and they've gone through life. So they are getting a child at this time does not mean life comes to an end, but we are encouraging them to move on, but also not encouraging others to get pregnant, because my program right now should not be seen as encouraging girls to get pregnant so that they are supported by me. We are using them as champions to tell their teen girls, their colleagues, that life, they should take care of themselves and not get pregnant at an early age.
Other than dropping out of school, maybe some of the challenges that teen mothers in Kakamega County have been facing.
There are many challenges, and those challenges are the ones who have pushed these girls to get pregnant. We realize that Kakamega County has many poor families, humble families, and because of the poverty in the community, in their family, it's what has pushed them to go look for support elsewhere. And this support elsewhere is what makes them get pregnant. One of them told me that she was only given 100 shillings. And it was her first time to test sex, if I can use her words. And then she got pregnant. So the challenges in the family, the low level of income in the family, is what is pushing our girls to get pregnant.
Okay. Let me just bring in one of the teen mothers. Maybe we here have ways. What is your name? And tell us, being given a second chance to go back to school, how are you feeling?
Okay, I'm Esther Wanyonyi. I'm happy today for being given a second chance to go back in school. What I can say is just thanks to Her Excellency, our First Lady, because when I will go back to school, I will work hard. I will not repeat the mistake again, and I'm sorry for the mistake. Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. So because of interest of time, we'll have to end it there. But of course, in our subsequent bulletins, we'll be able to talk to more mothers here and also get a speech from the First Lady later on, and we'll be airing in our subsequent bulletins. But as you've heard, is that a lot of issues that are surrounding, or rather bringing up the issue of teenage mothers is actually poverty. And by being given a second chance, they'll be able to go back to school, and probably their dreams will be realized. I take it back to you, to the studios.
All right, thank you for that, Violet. Indeed, a noble project to ensure that the teen mothers go back to school. And speaking of going back to school, as far as junior secondary schools students reopen on Monday for first term, primary schools are working around the clock to receive the grade 7 pupils. A spot check conducted by TV47 in some schools indicate that majority of schools have completed the construction of classrooms and the laboratories. Fanaka School, Narok, is among the schools that are ready to receive over 200 grade 7 pupils. According to the school's head teacher, Eutychus Makaka, the school has already built 4 classrooms and laboratories in readiness to receive junior secondary pupils.
Narok. Ministry of Education walifanya assessment na wakaona tunatosha kusomesha junior secondary school, wakatupatia kibali ya kusomesha junior secondary school, na tumejiandaa na madarasa 4 ya juu.
Shule imejipanga kabisa katika hii mambo ya junior secondary. Tumejiandaa ya kutosha. Madarasa shule ya Fanaka Schools imeshajenga madarasa ya kutosha. Tumetayarisha walimu wa kufunza junior secondary, qualified teachers.
And from matters education to matters health, in a bid to achieve Sustainable Development Goal 3 of reducing premature mortalities emanating from cervical cancer, Kenya has launched the 5th Cervical Cancer Awareness Month that seeks to ensure the country's future generations are free from the non-communicable disease, which has since been described as a global public health concern. And this is one particular story that we'll be following up on, done by Elizabeth Atieno. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back with that.
TV47, the home of untold stories. Since 2009, All Saints has strived to nurture confident, responsible, and ambitious young men into future leaders. Located on 20 acres in a serene and conducive environment, some 4 kilometers from Embu Town Center, it's a modest, cost-friendly education center. We are proud of our strong heritage of opening minds, unlocking talents, and building leaders. We prepare young men for a life dedicated to leadership, achievement, and service to the world. All Saints Senior Boys Academy. We make the difference.
Sona moja imetengenezwa kwa njia spesheli ili kupambana na maumivu kwa haraka. Sona moja ina aspirin kama kiungo. Sona moja, kitulizo kamili. Maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
You are watching TV47, the home of untold stories.
Fifteen minutes past the top of the hour. Thank you for sticking around. In a bid to achieve Sustainable Development Goal 3 of reducing premature mortalities emanating from cervical cancer, Kenya has launched the 5th Cervical Cancer Awareness Month that seeks to ensure the country's future generations are free from the non-communicable disease, which has since been described as a global public health concern. Elizabeth Atieno now reports.
In Embu County, residents flocked the Runyenje Stadium to mark the 5th Cervical Cancer Health Awareness Month at a time when the country has recorded 42,000 new cases and 27,000 deaths from different types of cancer.
As you are aware, cancer remains a global public health concern, with close to 10 million deaths recorded in the year of 2020. In Kenya, it is the second leading non-communicable disease after cardiovascular diseases that we now have all the tools that we need to eliminate this disease, and indeed cervical cancer is the first cancer that has been marked for elimination.
In Embu County, 142,379 women aged between 27 and 65 years are said to be eligible for cancer screening in all the 191 level 2 and 3 hospitals in the county. But now, the county's governor Cecily Mbarire has raised concerns over the low turnout, stating that as of January 2023, only 1,700 women had visited the facilities for screening.
The total number of the patients who attended oncology unit for chemotherapy since 2019 are 997 patients, and cervical cancer that attended 191. In the year 2022, total number of the patients new and revisit were 2,573.
The situation appears to be worse in Machakos County, where 20 women out of the 1,000 tested since January 1st, 2023 were diagnosed with cervical cancer.
Nimeegemea zaidi upande wa Mwala kwa sababu kumepatikana na wagonjwa wengi huko sehemu hiyo kwa sababu ya yale maji ambayo yanatumika upande huo, na tumeongea na wafadhili na tumeanza hata kupanua ujenzi wa hiyo hospitali ili tuweze kuhudumia wagonjwa wetu mahali waliko.
Health Cabinet Secretary Susan Nakumicha has revealed that the government has intensified the war against cervical cancer by introducing the HPV DNA testing for the first time in 27 county referral hospitals across the country.
We know what causes this disease. The HPV infection causes up to 99% of all cervical cancer cases. It takes 10 to 15 years for the changes in the cervix caused by HPV to develop into cancer, giving us an opportunity to screen and treat to prevent cancer.
Madam CS, I request that we work closely together so that we can get one of the mobile clinics tuzunguke nayo katika every ward tuweze kupima more women na tuweze pia kupatiana vaccination kwa wale wasichana wadogo.
The Ministry of Health is currently in the process of transforming the National Hospital Insurance Fund to a social insurance scheme that will soon review the services offered to include screening, diagnosis and treatment for cervical cancer.
Na Rais alitangaza akasema ya kwamba akichaguliwa hiyo hela ambayo inalipa 500 itapunguzwa. Your Excellency Governor, we are doing our mathematics and so far it looks like we shall begin at a figure of about 160, going upwards.
The leading cancers in the country are breast, cervical, prostate, esophagus, and colon cancers respectively, most of which can be prevented through screening and early diagnosis as set out in the WHO guidelines. Elizabeth Atieno, TV47, Nairobi.
All right, thank you for that, Elizabeth Atieno from the Health Desk. 30 youth from Ijara constituency in Garissa County have benefited from scholarships to study technical and life skill courses under the Ujuzi Manyatani initiative, aimed at providing opportunities to pastoralist youth who have not had a chance to go to school. The program, which is sponsored by the Northern Ranges Trust, that is NRT, Ishak Bini Conservancy and the Laikipia North Technical College, was launched in 2019 and has so far benefited 782 students countrywide. Speaking during the graduation ceremony held at the Ishak Bini Conservancy in Masalani, NRT's coordinator for the initiative, Peter Nguno, said that due to climate change, conflicts, banditry and prolonged drought, some of the young people in the pastoral communities have not had a chance to go to school, and that was why the program was launched.
Sasa nawashukuru walimu wetu kwanza mara tatu. Nawashukuru.
Kuna baadhi ya vijana ambao huwa na struggle kule nyumbani. Wengine wameenda kufuta bangi, wengine wamevuta sana, huwa wanakaa vichakani, wengine wanakula miraa na hawana maisha mazuri ya baadaye. Mimi ni miongoni wa hao vijana. Ningesema ya kwamba watoka kwa vichakani wakuje kujisaidia kwa kazi ya ujuzi.
Kuna mambo na sharahani, ni mpaka mtu aende kushona, hata kama ni kitu kidogo aende Masalani. Mambo na simu mpaka upeleke Garissa ama Masalani. So hii si fursa ya wanafunzi peke yake, bali ni fursa ya jamii ya Sharbini yote.
Tunapoleta mfumo mpya ya ujuzi Manyatani ni kuhakikisha wale vijana ambao hawajaenda shule waweze wakaje wakasome, wajeze pia kujiingiza katika mambo ya biashara. Ukiangalia hizi courses ambazo tunapeana ni zile ambazo ukimalizia tu wewe unaingia unaanza biashara yako.
And meanwhile, Meru County Emergency Response Committee, chaired by Governor Kawira Mwangaza and County Commissioner Fred Ndunga, has announced a plan to vaccinate livestock across the county as a way of curbing the spread of anthrax. Addressing journalists at the County Commissioner's office, the committee noted that the program will target over 60,000 livestock that search for pasture in neighboring counties. Governor Mwangaza also assured residents that distribution of food to residents in Tigania, Buri and Igembe, which have been hit hard by drought, will go on.
Msimu huu wa mvua ambayo ni mvua ya vuli haikuwa ya kutosha, na ni sehemu chache sana zitakazoweza kupata chakula. Tumekubaliana kufanya mambo yafuatayo kama kamati. Tutaendelea kupeana chakula cha msaada. Jambo la pili, tutaanza tena kusafirisha maji, ile tunaita kwa Kiingereza water tracking. Jambo la tatu ni kwamba tutaanza kuchanja mifugo. Hivi tunapozungumza kuna mifugo wengi tu wametoka nje ya kaunti na wanaingizwa kwa wingi kwa malori usiku na mchana. Kwa hivyo tumeamua kama kamati, kila mifugo itakayoingia katika eneo la Meru kutoka nje ya Meru itachanjwa kwanza.
Now, Kenya remains committed to spending low on the environment and maintaining better air quality in the cities as it transitions to more electric means of transport. For the first time, Kenya has successfully assembled the final 25-seat electric bus, which was shipped in the country, partly assembled among 15 others in December last year. The technology has been operational in Nairobi within the past 11 months, giving the environment a major boost while building a supply chain among spare parts dealers in Kenya. The project to have electric buses fully assembled in the country will be achieved by the AVA and the Basigo companies.
Do this assembly locally, and that way we, without actually the effects of any job losses, and actually then we'll be in a position to be able to also go to government and say that this new technology can be done here, and then and the resultant tax and all the other incentives that are available to local manufacturing then can be also passed on to electric vehicles.
So we're very much looking forward to the next step, which is bringing in CKD kits for this bus and for other models, where we can do what we do best, which is assemble vehicles from scratch. This bus itself involves around about 120 people in terms of the total build. So certainly it's going to help employment in the country and certainly help us to grow the industry that we're planning to do.
This bus is the BYD K6. K6 is a 6-meter bus, 25-seater, 24 passenger seats and 1 driver. It also has the capacity to be able to carry another maybe 10 standing passengers. However, our regulations do not allow standing passengers.
I think we should have more of those buses along Thika Road so that you enjoy that particular 1 hour at 8 a.m. Comfortably, that particular 8 a.m. jam. Now, Nyali Primary School in Mombasa County has lately been facing learning disruptions since the reopening of schools, as a section of parents had yesterday stormed the school compound accompanied by lobby groups to demand the removal of the new acting principal, Tony Ogunga, who is said to have initially been recruited as a deputy. The parents have raised concerns over his appointment, while at the same time alleged that the school has witnessed massive embezzlement of funds. The Nyali School, which is registered under the Societies Act and owned by the Mombasa Parents Club, has experienced challenges since the exit of the former principal, with a section of parents calling on the board of directors to appoint one of the 2 deputies, Omar Babu, as the acting principal instead of recruiting a new one.
Haina haja hii commotion nini, hili jambo ambalo sisi tulitaka. Na kutoka mara ya kwanza mpokuja hapa hatukumwona hata board member mmoja alokuja. Na hii mara ya pili. Jana nimezungumza na chairman, nikajaribu kuandikia barua kwa Muhuri ita mediate, lakini pia hawakuja. Na kuna board member nafikiri 14 hapa. Ushafahamu? Yaonesha wazi kwamba hii problem wao hawataki kuiface kabisa. And the board must sit down and hear complaints from the parents, because this school belongs to the parents. Ushafahamu? Lakini sasa kuonesha the board doesn't care. Hii mara ya pili, not even one board member. This is wrong.
Madhumuni ni kupata signatures ili tupate SGM. Kwani ni siku nyingi na miaka mingi sana kuwa tumenyanyaswa hapa kwa shule. Mara nyingi tunalumbukizwa mambo ambayo hatuyaelewi. Walimu wanafutwa, walimu wazuri, walimu wengine wa principal anafutwa na tunaikiwa mwalimu wengine, na skuli yenyewe imekuwa iko si hali maana yake iko vile vile na pesa tunaongezewa kila mwaka.
And in matters sport, I'm a happy man today. As earlier predicted yesterday, Man City beat Arsenal 1-0. And for that, I'm definitely happy. Anyway, that drops up Newsfeed this particular hour. On behalf of literally everyone who made this possible, have yourself a scintillating Saturday afternoon. My name is Stanley Nyeringeta. See you